right, today we're going, this week, actually this whole week, it's a short week, there's no school on Friday, so your quiz will be on Thursday, study guide on Wednesday. So we're going to spend the next 2 days working on just order of operations. Order of operations. And we're going to go back to please excuse my dear. Yeah. Aunt Sally. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. PEMDAS. Alright, it's an acronym. It's an acronym to remind you what operations to do first when you're evaluating an expression with multiple operations. So the P stands for complete everything in parentheses. Complete everything in parentheses. The E means that after you've completed everything in parentheses, to complete all exponents. Now the M and the D, they need to be combined. That means multiply and divide. But you multiply and divide in order from left to right. Multiply and divide in order from left to right. The A and the S means to add and subtract. And again, in order from left to right. Alright, so I've got a worksheet for you to do today, and I want to cover some problems that are going to be on the worksheet and hopefully clarify some questions you may have once you get these. So right away, if you've got -5 and it's next to -3 plus 9. You weren't done? Okay, so -5, a number next to parentheses. What does that mean to do, Davion? A number next to parentheses. Good, it means to multiply. All right, so in this case, you're going to do what's in the parentheses first. So you're going to take -5 and you're going to multiply it by -3 plus 9. You're going to do what's in the parentheses first. -3 plus 9 is 6. So now you're going to take in your calculator -5 This means negative 5 times 6, which is negative 30. See, you don't have to do the distributive property when you have two regular numbers inside the parentheses. If you had a number and a letter inside the parentheses, then you would do the distributive property. But in this case, you can add the negative 3 and the 9. Which is just like a negative 12 next to a 4 that's in parentheses, which is next to a negative 2 in parentheses. Now, PEMDAS starts with parentheses, but in this case, in this set of parentheses, there's nothing to do, is there? There's just a number, a value in the parentheses. Now, a number next to parentheses, and then parentheses next to parentheses. What does that mean to do? Anybody remember? It means to multiply, okay? So this means negative 12 times 4. And then that value times negative 2. So in this case, you can do all of this in the calculator. So type that in your calculator, please. 12 negative times 4 times 2 negative. And you should get a positive 96. If you need a calculator, they're up front in the box, or there's some sitting on some vacant desks. Take a look at 10 minus a negative 3 in parentheses plus a 20. You have parentheses here. There's nothing left to do inside the parentheses. Okay? So this is just a subtraction and an addition problem all in one. So you can do this whole thing in your calculator. Let's see what happens. Type in 10 minus 3 negative plus 20.
33.
And you get 33. Yes, because 10 minus negative 3 is the same as 10 plus positive 3. So that would be 13 plus 20, which is 33. But they let you use these calculators, so I would use them as much as possible. All right, in parentheses, negative 4. And it's squared. And then in parentheses, negative 3. That's squared. This means take negative 4 and multiply it by negative 4, doesn't it? And what's negative 4 times negative 4? Negative 4 times negative 4? Do it in your calculator. Take your calculator and type 4 negative. Take your calculator, type 4 negative, and then 2 above the 9, there's an x squared button. Push x squared. That's 16. So that equals 16. And then do the same thing with the 3. 3 negative, and then push x squared. And that equals 9. 16 times 9, but if you look at your calculator, the 9 is still sitting on the screen, so you can just push times 16, and you should get 144. All right, negative 5, again, squared. And then plus 3, parentheses next to, or a number next to parentheses, means multiplication. So this is negative 5 squared. So what's negative 5 squared? Do it in your calculator. Push 5 negative and hit x squared. Positive 25. And that's plus 3 times 8 negative. That's negative 24. And what's 25 plus 24 negative? Positive 1. Very good. Any questions so far? A fraction in parentheses. Negative 5/8. And it's sitting next to a 22. What does this mean to do? Means to multiply. So in your calculator, type 5/8 negative. And then times 22 equals.
21 and 3/8.
What did you get?
21 and 3/8.
21 and 3/8. You pushed plus. Anybody get negative 13 and 3/4?
Yeah, that's what I got.
Negative 13 and 3/4. All right, so you've got about, let's see, 6, 6, 6, 6, about 20 of those basically one-step problems. Look at this real quick. There's a question on here that says something like 1/9 of 27. If you're asked to find 1/9 of 27, that means 1/9 times 27. Okay, so it's just a calculator problem. 1/9 of 27 means 1/9 times 27. So in your calculator, 1/9 times 27 equals, it's equal to 3. All right, and then you've got some substitution problems to do, meaning you're told that x is equal to negative 6 and that y is equal to 2. And you're asked to find or evaluate 3x plus 2y. When you're doing these problems, take the value of the variable, substitute it into the problem where the letter is, but put it in parentheses. So this would mean 3 parentheses negative 6 plus 2 parentheses 2. Yeah, there's problems like this on here as well. So 3 times negative 6 would be negative 18 plus 2 times 2 would be 4. And then negative 18 plus 4 is negative 14. In this same case, x, y squared. Guys, x, y squared means x times y squared. And then again, when you substitute for the variables, put your values in parentheses. So this would be negative 6 times 2 squared.
You do that one first, right?
Yeah, so you're going to have negative 6 times, what's 2 squared?
4.
4. And then negative 6 times 4 is negative 24. The key is to put the value of the variable in parentheses. And when you do that, you won't make a mistake in your order of operations. Does anybody have any questions? That from this day going forward, there will be no cell phones in this class. No cell phone use in class. Okay? Earbuds are to be put away. Phones are to be put away upon entering the classroom. This is everybody's final warning in regards to cell phones. Okay? It's posted all over the room in pink paper, neon paper. And it is an issue, and I'm done with it. Everybody's getting their final warning right now. If Mr. Holzenbach can see a phone, earbuds, or wires, he will give you a detention. He will give me a detention.
Can I take a picture of this? Is there a training thing or something like this?
Well, I want to make sure everybody understands it, because I don't want to have anybody say, "Oh, you didn't tell me."
I'm gonna take a picture.
I'm not done yet, so you can wait.
Alright.
All right? And if you think I'm joking, then feel free to pull your phone out or get your earbuds out, because I am over it. I'm also not going to ask you to remove any hats or hoods every day. This is your final warning. When you walk through the door, you take your hood off, you take your hat off, you put your phone and your earbuds away. Okay? If I see you with a hat on or your hood on, you've already been warned and you've already been asked to remove it. Now, I'm asking you now. I'm just going to write you a detention. The second time, I'm not going to say anything to you. I'm just going to type the referral and I'm going to send it to your dean. And then every time that I see you with the phone, earbuds, a hat on, a hoodie on, anything like that, each time after your first time, I'm just going to write a referral and I'm going to send it to your dean. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing to ask you to put your phones away or your earbuds away or to take your hats and hoods and take them off your head. I'm done. I'm not doing that anymore. So I want everybody to understand where we're at. You're going to either get the detention or you're going to get a referral emailed to your dean. Okay? Does anybody have any questions about that? Yes? If you want to take it, no, you can't, because there's no cell phone use in class. If you take your phone out, I'll give you a detention.
Well, you said if you see it.
Yeah. Okay. Keep it up.